Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. I hope that you are all having a great day. It's a beautiful spring day where I live and we have some sunlight dappling in. I think it is quite pretty, but hopefully it's not distracting. Yeah, so today I just have a few planner adjacent updates, I guess. It's not really like system updates, it's more, I don't know, planner adjacent is what I guess I will call it. So the things I thought that I would talk about today are that I have a new planner cover. I made myself some more stickers. I have a JetPens order that I thought might be fun to go through. And then I also have some thoughts on like my hobby journal right now. So yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna go through. And we can just start with the most obvious, which is that I have this new planner cover. This planner cover is a Moterm, I believe it's the half letter. I bought it off of Poshmark with some of the Poshmark credit that I had, and it was really, really cheap, like it was under $30. I think the half letter one is normally around $70, so feels like it was a good deal. But more than that, I just really felt like I needed a cover, and I had been waiting for a black Moterm cover to pop up secondhand, and I had been waiting for months and I hadn't really seen any. I had liked this one like months ago and I didn't really want to buy it because I could tell, I think it just said A5 Hobonichi, no, it said A5 Moterm pebbled leather cover, but I knew that it wasn't the same as the normal A5 cover. I have this Moterm one in the veg tanned apricot, and this one does not have a zipper and this one does, so I knew that it wasn't going to be exactly the same as this one, but I didn't know exactly what it, like how it would fit, but I figured it was worth the risk considering how cheap it was and how much I wanted to cover. So I think that this one is actually for disc bound books, and so there's this extra room here, but that really hasn't bothered me at all. I've just really loved having pockets. So I think so far I've been able to take my clear cover off. I really hated the clear cover. I felt like it just like collected like lint or something and it didn't feel very nice. So yeah, I took that off. Going well so far. It still feels protected in here. And then I'm also able to have room for little bits and bobs. I feel like the spring and summer is a wedding season and we've had like a lot of wedding invitations, so I had them all like just shoved in here. That was driving me nuts, so now I have like a pocket for wedding invitations, slash, you know, things that I need to deal with, because this is like, I guess I didn't say that, but my cousin is used as like life admin, a little bit of work related things, just keeping stuff together and being generally productive is what this planner is for. And so I like having pockets for things like bits of paper that I might need. Hence wedding invitations. Yeah, so that is that. There's not really actually a ton of stuff considering how I was feeling about like my lack of pocket space. I didn't need this much, but it's still going good. So far, I really just have, this is a sticker sheet I made for myself. I know I talked about it in my last video, but it's the stickers that I use to lay out my weekly spread for the vertical weeklies. They're just functional and I think it works quite well, so I like having those on hand since I set that up every week. And then the other, yeah, so I have those. This is just, I guess like most of this and this is just like decoration. my niece got a receipt printer for her birthday, and she took this picture of my husband at her party, her birthday party, and it looks so goofy it cracked me up. So I just have that tucked in there. I've got a little paper pad with grid paper for notes and such. I made these stickers for myself, and then these are just a few random stickers. My niece made this little guy. So yeah, he's super cute. I thought about adding him to my cover, but I'm just not willing to commit yet, so he just lives poking out right there. What else? I have a few little notes in here. Like this is notes on how to edit audio in videos and stuff like that. And then I also made myself these dot stickers that I've been keeping in here. So yeah, that's been pretty good. Is there anything else? I don't have anything in these back pockets just yet, but I appreciate that there's room to grow. I've been keeping these two. I've got a Tombow marker. All of the text on it has rubbed off. But I've kind of been using these to highlight like events that I have during the week, and also as like a bullet point. In the past I've used the zig dot markers, but I kind of just wanted a change in color, so I've been using this green. And then I also have my Uni Jetstream tucked in there as well. So yeah, that's basically it with the planner cover. I did add stickers to my Hobonichi cousin cover, which is great. I believe that the first year that I had a planner that I put stickers in, I was a little bit too timid, or I wasn't willing to commit where I was going to put stickers down. I was afraid I would regret it and get tired of it or whatever. And I think that's probably an experience a lot of people have. And I know this year, like most cousin covers I've seen are just like covered in stickers, and I think it's really fun and looks cool. And I love that most of the planner community is embracing that eclectic style. And I think most of us really love stickers, and so it is just fun to be able to have a blank canvas that you look at every day and be able to cover it with some of your favorite stickers. I think it's great because they are all just like little tiny artworks that you're creating a museum collection of. So I think it's fun. This sword, the bat, and this scrappy cat are all from, I think it's called Stay at Home Club. This little starburst is actually a Ivy Snow sticker from one of the sticker sheets. These two pins are Serica Studio. This little ghost is, I think it's a Midori sticker. And then the coffee mug is just from a local coffee shop. This little star is one of my own stickers. And then this cool comet drawing is a sticker from Untitled Paintings. I bought some of her printable stickers and I just love them so much, so I put that there. I actually added another one of hers to the cover of my Hobonichi, or like the front page. I think I want to figure out something to do in here, but I haven't figured it out yet, so that's just blank for now. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I am excited to add more like stickers to it. But for right now, I feel like it's a good balance. Yeah, so the next thing I'll talk about is the stickers I made. So I made these dot stickers and they didn't turn out 100% the way that I wanted them to. I can kind of show you, there's been like an evolution to how my health log has been going this year. This was my first year having a health log, and this was January. I feel like you can tell I didn't know what I wanted to track. I didn't know how I wanted it to look, so it's very, this is a lot for me to look at. Like, my brain doesn't know what I'm looking at. So then the next month in February, it's a little bit more cleaner. It's a little bit more cohesive. I'm more consistent in what I'm tracking. And I tried using these dot stickers that I already had to track when I had headaches. And I think it went well, but the stickers were a little bit too large, in my opinion. And so I was thinking that I would buy some of the really small stickers that a lot of people have used for commonplacing tagging, like tagging the subject of it. So I was gonna buy some, but then all of the ones that, like the green color palette that I wanted, were all sold out everywhere I looked in the smallest size. So I just tried to make my own. I used this matte generic white sticker paper from Online Labels. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's their most basic paper, I guess. And it's not my favorite paper. I think it tends to be a little bit thick for my liking. It sticks up from the page a lot, whereas like the health log that I printed here is on the frosted matte. I think it's called frosted, but it's basically the clear matte sticker paper, and I think it's just so smooth and it doesn't stick up from the page a ton. I really like it. The only downside to it is that it's quite transparent, so if you are putting anything, like I guess this little sticker right here is one of these stickers that I made, and you can see the grid through the green, so it's quite transparent. So I'm not sure if I were to print these again, if I would try to do it on the transparent paper. I think that might be a little bit better. But anyways, yeah, so I wanted to experiment with making my own dot stickers. They turned out a little bit wonky, which I've kind of come to enjoy. I feel like they look a little bit like pebbles or something. I like the little bit more organic shape to them of not being a perfect circle. Especially if I kind of like compare them to the perfect circles over here. There's something that's just a little bit too on the nose about the perfect circle. So I'm enjoying these and they're working for what I need them to. I'm kind of like, well, this sticker sheet is probably gonna last me a long time, so it's not going anywhere. It kind of bothers me that it's so bright white compared to like when it's over here. Everything else is cream and this is very bright white. I don't know if it comes across, but it's very like cold, and I don't like the cold white against the like cream backing. I don't know. I know that's extremely nitpicky, but you know, that's how I am. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna make any more until I use these up, just because they are working for what I need them to do. And they have a little home right there. It's pretty good. I think that this month I've hit my stride with the way that my health log is going. Like, I think it looks very clean and crisp. Maybe it's a little bit boring, but I like it, and I have all the info that I need and want directly. Like, I can access it easily. It's not confusing when I look at it, so yeah, that's that update. Are there any other updates in here that I should mention? This was last week, and this is this week. Pretty standard stuff. My pencil board that I made is still going well. I haven't worked on trying to figure out how to double print at all, so maybe that will be an update for a future video. Oh yeah, I also am able to like fit another a Hobonichi like memo notebook in here, and that has been nice to have. So yeah, I'm really liking this planner cover. I think it's going great. There is a little bit of extra room right here, about the size of a Go-Gurt tube. But yeah, I think it's great. It doesn't bother me that it's a little bit big. Maybe one day I might replace it, like if the right size popped up on a secondhand site, I might buy it, but I just don't feel the need to buy a new one. So we'll see. Do I have any updates in here? Yeah, this is my memory keeper. It's going well. I've been printing off my own date stickers since the back of the Sterling Ink Common Planner is just blank. So I have my, these were Marches. Do I have? Oh yeah. I keep the stickers for the months, like the dates, just in this side pocket. I think you can really tell how often I work in the daily pages. Like, I don't journal every single day back here, and I have some backfilling to do, but you can tell how often I actually add in, because some days I skip if nothing really that interesting happens. So that's the March dates. And then these are the stickers I made for April. They're all ready to go. And I also added some of the like holiday church calendar days at the top as well, since Easter is in April. And I've got Good Friday, Palm Sunday, Maundy Thursday, that type of a thing. So I'm excited for April. I feel prepared for once in my life, which is good. But yeah. So that's all good. Oh yeah, you know what I did forget about? I decided that I was going to use my calendar spread in my memory keeper as a book log. So the Hobonichi Weeks is my like hobby planner, and I track all kinds of things in here. Like, this is my nail polish tracker, and then in the months I track the books I'm reading, and I think it's really fun and I really enjoy it. It's interesting for me to see like how often on a Friday I finish a book is surprising. I don't know, I just think it's interesting. It's interesting to see like when I go through like reading phases where like in January I finished 3 books, but then in February I finished 6. So I love this kind of layout, and I basically like this so much that I decided to just replicate it in my memory keeper. I think that maybe one thing I'm learning is that a lot of what is in this little weeks could go into my memory keeper. And I kind of think that I needed to have it in my small book for some reason, because I think maybe I feel free to experiment in this book and it doesn't feel like it's as high pressure, whereas because this is the book I know is going to be archived on my shelf as like my memory keeper, it feels like there's a little bit higher pressure to curate what goes in here. And so yeah, I couldn't think of anything better to do in here. So yeah, I did book covers and I'm liking it so far. I would like to go in and add some decoration at the end of the month. I mean, I haven't done it so far, but like there's plenty of room to add like some more interesting stickers and stuff like that. I did like go ahead and just add the month name and book calendar. It was a struggle for some reason for me to put these stickers down, and several of them are like weirdly bubbled, but it's totally fine. So yeah, that's kind of the only update there, I guess. And yeah, that is the memory keeper. And then, so my Hobonichi Weeks is my hobby journal. I'm really enjoying the hobby journal. I think it's very freeing to be able to just write whatever I want about whatever I want. It's usually about things I'm thinking about making or purchases sometimes. Like this was the Moterm planner cover that I just bought at the beginning of this month, actually. And this was me like writing about like, I think it's gonna work. It doesn't look like it's exactly the same planner cover that I already have, but I think it'll be fine. And then this is when it arrived. So I think it's just fun and very freeing to be able to use. This was when I made the little dot markers, not markers, little dot stickers. And yeah, it's just fun to just like dump things down here. This was like something I saw on Pinterest where you like use a seashell to stamp into clay, and my family's going on vacation to the beach and maybe we would like to do this because they made like little ring dishes out of the seashell imprints. So I like that this is like archived here essentially, where I probably would forget this if I had pinned it to like a random Pinterest board, but because it's in this book, I'm gonna remember it. So yeah, I really like this for mindful creativity, I guess is what I might want to call it. I bought a few sewing patterns for bags, weirdly. A few weeks ago, I got really interested in the idea of a Delphonics pouch. I just want some kind of stationary pouch that I can move between my desk and a bag type of a thing. And I haven't seen any secondhand that I like the colors of, and I'm just like not 100% sold on it because I don't think I would use the exterior pouches as much as I would use like the inside. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, one of the YouTubers I follow, Rosie Caldwell, I think is her name, she sells sewing patterns and she has like tutorials on YouTube. And so I bought two of the patterns. One is just like a plain zip pouch, which I know is kind of like an easy thing to make, but I'm quite new at sewing, and so I thought it would be good to like learn how to follow a pattern before I try something more complicated. But I made my sister-in-law two little zip pouches and they turned out pretty well. I feel like I definitely could improve some things, but generally speaking, they were pretty good. And the second, so that was like a flat little zip pouch. And then the second pattern I bought is a boxy zip pouch that I think is quite similar to the Delphonics pouch. It's close enough for what I would want, I believe. So eventually I want to try to make that. And I have some fabric that I think would work. It's probably like not my first choice for like a dream bag or anything like that, but I think it's good enough for me to experiment with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm really, I don't know, I just like that I'm able to glue some pictures in and have a reminder of the things that I'm thinking about, because otherwise I think it would slip my mind, or I might just like on a whim buy these patterns and then maybe not forget that I have them, but I might put off doing it because I'm intimidated by it. I don't know. I think there's something about like recognizing like, oh, it's been 3 weeks since I bought those patterns. I should actually start working on them. Like there's something about the passage of time that having this as a reminder is good for me. And yeah, so that's all been very good. I've recently been really obsessed with this quilted dress from Sydney Graham. Her YouTube channel is super great if you're looking for a cozy sewing vlog type channel. But anyways, so I really want to make this dress, but I think this book is really helping me to be more mindful because like I've already bought some bags that I want to try, which I think is really intimidating, but I really, really want to make this dress. And in doing so, in writing it down, I was kind of just reminded of the projects I've already started in here. So at the beginning of January, or like mid-January, I started a crochet project and I hadn't really made a ton of progress on it by last week when I wrote this. And I realized like, okay, I can't start another project. So it's just too much to have like a gazillion projects on the go. I decided that I need to finish 2 projects. So I'm going to finish a crochet project and I'm going to come close to finishing a sewing project that I've been working on. So yeah, this crochet project is getting quite close to being done. Here's my blocking board. It has all of my granny squares on it. It's a bit, I used like a wool roving, and so it's a little bit like, what is the word I want? Messy looking. But yeah, I need to sew in all the ends and block it properly. I'm kind of just like storing them on here, but hopefully I will be able to get to this like this week. And then that project will be done and I will feel great about that. I'm making a heating pad cover. I have a heating pad and it came with like this really gross, like medical blue polyester scratchy gross cover, and I really hate it, and so I wanted to make one for myself, and I'm gonna do this like black and white checkered granny square cover. So I'm excited about that. And then the other thing that I decided that I needed to finish, or at least like start to get finished, is last year I found a bunch of Halloween fabric on clearance after Halloween, and so I bought it and I made a bunch of quilt squares for like a Halloween blanket. And I know it's like a little, I don't know. I think this one is a little bit like much to me, but I do like the black and white ones together. So anyways, I made all these quilt blocks and I just need to figure out how they're all going to be laid out, and then I think what I've decided I want to do is make the quilt top and then have the quilts ready, like sandwiched all together, pinned in place, and then ready to be hand quilted, because I'd really like to try that. And I think that I would be happy if I had all of that ready to go and then I could just put it away for the summer and start hand quilting in September when it's like cozy, starting to get Halloweenish. So yeah, and then once I can finish those 2 things, I will give myself permission to try to work on this beautiful dress. So yeah, that's kind of my random hobby chat. And yeah. The last thing I have to talk about is that I bought a few things from JetPens and I put them all in this little basket. So yeah, this is everything I bought from JetPens. I needed some ink. I used the Pearl Black Kaweco ink and I ran out, and it's the only ink that I use in my memory keeper, so it was kind of a problem. So I ordered that and I'm glad to have it back. I also grabbed some of the Midnight Blue ink cartridges. So I'm excited to try those. I think that will be interesting. In terms of pens, I already owned this body, but I bought the replacement ink for it, for the Uniball 1P. So that will be nice. This isn't like my favorite pen, but I didn't like to have the pen body just sitting there with no ink in it, so I think it might just go into my purse as like an extra loose pen to have on the go. I got another Friction Pilot pen. This is the different like series that I think is really pretty, but I think it's like sand beige color. Yeah, and it's in 0.5, so I really like having erasable pens and I like having the lighter colors. I just think it's a little bit more helpful for writing certain notes that I guess like aren't like super important but are good to have. And then I wanted to try out 2 new pens. I'm kind of looking to replace the Uni Jetstream because, yeah, I'm looking to replace this pen in my cousin because this is the only pen I use in my cousin, and I really love the way it writes. I like the way it feels, but I don't love the colors of this, and I also don't need to have multiple pens. In fact, sometimes I accidentally hit the blue when I mean to hit the black, and I feel like I'm just not responsible enough to, or I don't pay close enough attention to what I'm doing to have 3 different colors. So as an experiment, I got these 2 pens. This one is the Tombow, is that right? Yeah, the Tombow Monograph in 0.38. And then I got this, I don't actually know, I guess it's, oh, it's Pentel. I got a Pentel Calm, and I don't love, well, maybe I do like it. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the way this feels to press down, but I like the grippy part of the base, and I like that it's just kind of like a cream color. I think this is the one that I have the most hope for, but we'll see how that goes. And I got this one in 0.5. I'm not sure why I got this one so small and this one so big, but was that? I don't know. I don't know if I did that on accident or on purpose. My order was delayed in getting to me for some reason, and so I'm trying to remember the reasoning behind some of these pens, but anyways, yeah, this one's 0.5. Maybe I got this in 0.5 because this one is 0.5, but I don't know why I would have got this in 0.38. Anyways. And then I also got this Zig Clean Color Dot Marker. I really enjoy having these, but my favorite color is like a peachy color that's a little bit too, it's just a little bit too pale to see, and so this one is kind of a similar color, just a little bit darker. It looks like a terracotta, but I think that when I tried it out, let me just try it here, it's a little bit more peachy terracotta almost, like it's a little bit lighter. So yeah, I think that will be good. I think I'll get a lot of use out of it. Yeah, so that's all the pens that I got. I didn't really need, I think I probably just needed like, well, no, I take everything back. I needed to refill this, so that is good that I did that. I really wanted the brownie color of that. I think that's good. I don't know. I guess I don't really need to justify things, but yeah, so those are all the pens that I got, or pen adjacent things. I'm happy with all of those purchases. I needed to get some whiteout tape, correction tape. For some reason I was like, no, I don't need that, and regretted it every time. I just feel like every time I made a mistake I was like, oh, I wish I had whiteout, and I never did. So I tried to do some research on what the best types were, and so on a Reddit thread I saw that this Tombow Mono correction tape was really good for Tomoe River paper that's in the Cousin, so hopefully that will be accurate. I kind of hate how big and gray it is, but that's fine. And then I got this Whipper Petite? I don't know. I got this cream washi tape, and I think that'll be good. And then the last few things I got are some washi tapes. This washi tape is on a bobbin, and I'm sure that there's like a whole contraption for it, or maybe they just like click together. But I love that it was on a bobbin, and I love that it looked like thread. So, and the color is really beautiful. So I'm excited about that. And then I also got this MGM Botanist washi tape. I feel like I'm just ready for spring, and so I thought that would be a good one. And I also got this washi tape that is kind of, I guess it's like desk themed. It has a few different like stickers that come off of the roll, but then there's also like a thin washi. So yeah, that is everything that I ordered from JetPens. I'm excited to have ink back. I had been planning to buy the converter and to get different like ink samples to try to do my own ink, but I just don't feel like I'm ready for that. I'm not ready to commit to having to deal with ink, and I don't know what ink to buy, and I don't want to waste money. I'm just not ready for it, so I just got more of the pearl black, and I think that'll be great. So yeah, that is my little JetPens haul. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!